Hello and welcome back to Eli Geospatial. Today we're going to be looking at tourist guide map, and where we're going to be looking at is a part of Lagos. It's called, I think, where Ikeja and some of the prominent landmarks in Lagos is located. That's where we're going to look at, and the software we're going to be using will be ArcGIS Desktop 10.8.2. So, but before we get into the street guide map, I'm just going to bring this as an insight, sorry, to those who are doing their project. So whatever you need, I just wanted to have a little way of contributing to your project. All right, so I'm going to be looking at the kind of data you will need to have a beautiful product. All right, so your map needs to be both spatially and aesthetically uh, pleasing. It has to please the audience, have to please who you're presenting to. Now, if you're doing it for a commercial purpose, it has to please your client. So that is why I'm trying to see how many data. In surveying, we have what we refer to as, it's better you have more data than having less data. So this data may not necessarily uh, be needed, but they are just as an add up to give you an artistically beautiful output. All right, so we're going to look at the data set involved in this tourist guide map. So the data set required, number one, you need the tourist site location. When I mean tourist guide, we're talking about the location in XY, eastern and northern, longitude and latitude, for data that maybe involved two projected coordinate, two geographic zones, like Lagos is on 31, Abuja is on 32, Meduguri is Damaturu, sorry, that's Yobe, is in zone 33. All right, so if your data are between across these zones, you may necessarily need to use a GCS, that's a geographic coordinate system, rather than a projected coordinate system. Now, the road layers, that's you need to have the road layers, the the uh, minor road, major roads, all of that. You need to have them, and you also need to have a water body. Now, a place like Ethiopia in Lagos, you will find out that if you do not include water body, it will not tell exactly what that blank space is really saying, because number one, they are not built up within the space that occupy the rivers, the water bodies. So a lot of people, you end up confusing people on what and what is there or not. They will think maybe it's just a blank space or you didn't pick data around that side. All right, so it's very important that you put all these add-on data. You're actually working on tourist side, but you're not just doing tourist side for tourist side. You have to add the things that are already existing there. Example, when you're looking at the coordinates, sorry, the Google Maps, you'll see that there are a lot of features embedded underlaid. So you need to include those kind of things in a tourist guide map. All right. So we need police station. These are like added data. Now a tourist, you want to guide a tourist. He need to also know that okay, there are police station around that in case of anything, he can easily uh, contact the nearest police. Then you need a hospital in time of emergency, an accident or someone fell ill or something like that. They need to know that there are nearby hospital that they can easily trace and go. Then fire station in case of fire, maybe like maybe Fela Shrine. I've not been there, but now that I think that's a very popular place now, or the shopping mall or anywhere, and then fire goes out. So there should be those kind of things that they can access from the map. Now the eight, sorry, it's written 1, 2, 3 again because I just uh, duplicate the layer. So now we need building uh, shape files or future class. We need the data of built up. Now when I say, if I say built up, most of the times it has to do with, if you look at the grid data, you see that the grid has it just occupy the built up area more like a classification. But I'm talking about building entity, like each building, each residential building, office building that are found within the geographic location. You need to digitize it, you need to have it, you need to put it under the work. Then we need restaurant, and finally we need hotels where they will sleep, where they will eat. Some hotels have restaurants, some don't have. So you need to have these data, and these are just but few, but you can have more data, and this will help you. So this is what I want to shape your mind towards. The video may be long, so we may just introduce the first part of it and then add a second video to this. All right, so let's get into the software practically and get this done with. This is ArcGIS Desktop, ArcMap precisely, where we're to do all of these things. So first and foremost, we need to import our data, right? We need to import our data to this, and then to do that, you will come to file. Now this file does not mean you go to file, then you come down to add data. Then in add data, which is the same one that is you are seeing here, but this time I want to add X and Y. We just don't want to bring in, if you just add this one, it will just come in here, then you have to now make it XY data. All right, so next is you click on this folder here. Now we want to browse to where our data are. All right, and this data in ArcGIS, you have to have it within a folder that has been connected, because if anything, a folder is not connected to the ArcGIS software, uh, when you go in, you won't be able to view that folder within the context. You have to add another one. All right, okay, so I have my data here. These are the datas of those things, those data we talked about. These are the datas of those things we talk about on Excel. If you see, we have this. So these are the other part: the banks, fire station, hospital, hotel, police station, restaurant, tourist site. So let's add the tourist site first. So when you click on add, Easton is your X, or Y is your northern. So you click on it, and then the coordinate system now, you Lagos is on 31. So let's use that, and then you click on OK. Okay, once that is done, the next is that you click on this and you export this into a future class or a shapefile, depending on what you're working on. So I am going to create a folder and I'm going to call it GIS. So this folder, I'm going to put this as a shapefile. So this is a tourist site. So I'm just going to leave it as tourist and I'm going to save. Then I'll click on OK. So you can remove this. So we now have this as our tourist site. Now I just do that to show you how to add data basically. So I already have these data, I'll just add them up and then we proceed from here. So I have the data already. I just that they are already on. Oh, I think we have a coordinate issue, but that's fine. That's fine. We can fix that. All right. So you have seen the data I just added. So you get away. Now you can get the Ethiosa local government this thing from uh Diva GIS Diva. Then you water body you can get it from Osgov, any of the data source of it. I think you can get it also on Diva, and then so on and so forth. All right, but this digitization comes from digitizing, and I think they are open source where you can GeoFabric, you can get that from there as well. All right, so now we're going to go into uh, producing these data. Then we will call the video, and then we'll do a part 2 of it. All right, so first we need to click on this, and then we select this into a blank, that's hollow. Now the next is that we have a water body, so we'll click on this, and I have a sample of water already here, so I'm going to make this 0 so that the water body won't have. Now this was what I was explaining in that uh, slide. Now if we have this, like you see that there are empty spaces around here, now this will not really tell anybody any information, because people will assume you actually didn't walk to this place. But whereas when we add this, it shows that the reason why there are no buildings or no road there is because it is a river or a water body. Now this is why it is very important that you make sure that you have a complete data set. Having a complete data set saves you a lot when it comes to analysis. It gives the result a kind of confidence ratio and all that. So it's very important to have complete data and spatial data. So we have our water body as this. So the next is that we're going to work on our roads. Now we have the roads in two. We have the minor roads and the major road. So you can see that the major road is the one I'm leaving on now. But this is what I want to do, because if we leave this whole thing like this, it's going to make this very rowdy and you may not be able to use it. So in the part 2, we're going to work on the built up and the minor road. So let me remove them now. Where is the built up? Yeah, the residential. You can see the residentials everywhere here. All right, so when I said they are digitized, they are not as a result of whether we get it from. They are all digitized. So now let's remove them. We're going to work on them in the part 2. All right, so let's work on this ones precisely. All right, so we have our major route, so we can easily just say we were using either this or this, but let's use this. I think I like this. So we can also reduce it a bit. Let's leave it at 2. All right, now the next is that we want to work on police station. Now what symbol represents police station? So I think we type police and see if symbol will come out. Yeah, we have a police station here, but it's at level 25. So let's reduce it so that it does not have too much of this from. So all the police station here has already started indicating with that symbol. So restaurant. So let's see if we have anything by naming, calling a restaurant, and see if anything will come out. Okay, let's say eatery. Nothing. Let's say food and see. Okay, we have something. So let's see anyone that's late. You can always come to this reference style and check out more of there are other styles you can actually check out from here. But my memory is low, so I didn't want to add anything. Though I've added some. So I didn't want to add anything, but you can do that. So let's see, they have a restaurant sign here for this video purpose, I'm going to use this restaurant sign. All right, I'm just going to use it, but that's not what it's meant for. So hotels. So if we search for hotel, we should see a symbol, either this or other symbol. Let's say this. So let's reduce this to, all right. So we see that we have a hotel, all of them here. Then the tourist site. What do we indicate the tourist site as? Let's see. Let's see if there's anything tourist. Okay, let's use this. We're only using it, but you can find as many of this as possible. All right. So, fire station. Let's see. Okay, we have fire truck, we have fire department, we have fire station. So, let's go with this. So it's added, and then we have banks, house of money. So we have banks in variety. So let's see which one we'll go with. Either this or this. Or let's use the one with the dollar sign. So you always reduce it so that it does not crowd your area, but you need as much of this data, because at the end of the day, our priority is to take more of these things online, right? So these have to be taken online. So if it's taken online, people should be able to see as many details as possible. And if this is going to be just viewed on the paper, people should be able to see as many details as possible because it is scalable. So at each different scale and each paper size, people should see different details, right? So I think we are done with this. So this is what we have for the first round by just starting to go on this edit. I do not want the video to be too long. So in the second part of this video, we're going to work on the road layer. You can see that it's already making everything crowded here, and the build up, which is already making every single thing crowded here. So this will not really result to any serious thing. If we were to produce a map here, we'll end up just having a rowdy kind of shouty kind of map. But don't worry, go nowhere. In the second segment, we're going to go through the second part of that and trash out the issue of how to come up with this map neat and clean. All right, so thank you for watching, and do not go anywhere. Watch out for this second part tomorrow, the 3rd of December. I'll see you tomorrow.